Hello everyone. For today's video challenge, what I did is I just try to combine the random words and related to the subject. So I was like picking software development. So I just like tried a couple of times in ChatGPT to give like random words on software developments, 5 words, so that I can talk for 5 minutes. So it gave so the ones that I'm going to talk about: DevOps, API development, security, performance optimization, and user experience design. So I'm just like trying to, after that, with a 1 minute thought, I'm just like starting this video. So DevOps, in one of the previous videos, I talked about like DevOps. So where it's a process, where you are combining the development and operations. So automating the things to get your software, going to production, releasing your software, in terms, if I say. So there are like multiple tools when coming to DevOps. CI/CD, the continuous integration and continuous delivery, is one of the things where practices where with the help of like automated test and you can like release the software. So and again, it empowers the teams to quickly release the things, anytime, um, go for like production. It doesn't like need to be like a lot of coordination you have, because everything is automated. So many tools like Jenkins, Circle CI, Bamboo, or a lot of tools, and even like the cloud providers have their own stuff to do CI/CD. And to do this, you need to practice trunk-based development, which would be better. Or if feature branches, it should be like very short-lived, so that you don't like have to deal with much conflicts. So when going to next one on like API development, so when you say like API, application programming interface, so in current world, it's all like APIs. So you can integrate with different parties, try to exchange the information through APIs. It used to be like the technologies changes over the world, especially before, when we say like APIs, like web services or remote procedure calls, where like the technologies, your consumer and producer like can be on any different technologies, but you agree on like a contract and do that. So in the current world, where API is a key thing, because every system is connected. If it's a synchronous thing, especially in API, um, and REST is like synonymous when people talk about API in the current scenario. But it's not. It's and also API serves as like a very easier, without like a lot of documentation. Your APIs is kind of like it's actually a documentation, what operation you are going to perform. So everyone like is right now, if you can't like avoid APIs. And APIs, one of the key things is if you're really like doing APIs, you should have like a API gateway which has a lot of things more than like a proxy. It does like authentication, authorization, rate limiting, throttling, everything you can do, so that you can like monetize your APIs. Basically, like let's say you are providing something and someone is trying to consume that. So that's like how companies like products like providing APIs, they monetize. Security. The third topic is security. Um, so security is should be like baked into the development process, software development. It should not be like after fact. And coming to security, I see like most times broader things that you do as SAST, static application security testing, which you do analyzing the code, the source code. And the dynamic analysis is just you deploy it to the server, run things, and like find what how dynamically, hosting the application and trying to test that. So you fix the vulnerabilities, the especially the OSAP, top vulnerabilities, you try to see like, if that's something there, like, and try to address them. And again, like, you can like incorporate like your security for your APIs with the help of like CI/CD tools, with the DevOps things. You can like have quality gates, so it's all like ties together. The next one is performance optimization, the fourth one. So performance, of course, like no one want to click on a button, like do something, scroll and like wait for things. There's always in the current world, like, that's a very good experience how well like your website, app, your user interface is going to, or like, mostly I'm talking from user interface perspective, because at some point of time, even though you have like a lot of backend stuff, there'll be like someone like, using the system. So a user interface, that's why. So that should be like, well, and to do this, we do like load testing or performance testing to simulate how that system is going to be like performing, and try to get that. So a lot of tools, like load runner, like, used to help, and many things are there. So, and when coming to performance optimization, that's about like performance testing, but like performance optimization, you have a lot of places you can do. Like, let's say on the application side, like, typical like a application, most generic thing is like, hey, you have like a database. How you are going to make sure, like, make the application like, performant? Is there like an issue on the application logic, that the custom logic that you have written that need to be made better, or the queries on the database need to be tweaked, or the way like you are like, putting your data, is that like need to be having any more optimization on the database, on indexing, things like that. So a number of things you can do, or like if it's a front end thing, um, how well, like, is there like any caching that you can do, so that like, you don't like see that most frequently used things, or if it's a static data in the current world, like you have cloud delivery networks and things like that, where in edge locations you can like try to cache the static things, and it can be like reused for the subsequent request. The fifth one is user experience design, so UX. So most times we talk like UI and UX together, because without user interface there's not going to be user experience. But user interface is more like a look and feel, but like the experience is like how well it's easier to navigate. Is the customer, or like the end user, the user, is able to find the things, like navigate through the application or website without like difficulties? Is it like meeting the necessary standards as per, like, let's say if it's serving like ADA, accessibility compliance? So those things, and then like, getting, and a lot of times designers, if you have like product designers, they do like user interviews, try to get like feedback and incorporate them. So that's a user interface, a user experience design. So hope I was able to talk for more than 5 minutes, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.